Yeah. Here we are. Well, hi,
Ah,
everybody. I am Helen Terry here at Soma Ranch having a wonderful conversation with Natasha, who's one of our rock star teachers on this beautiful experience we're having through the year called the 30-30 Challenge. It started off as 30 days. Can you commit to 30 minutes of movement a day for those 30 days? And now it's morphed into um, some people that are on a 365-day challenge, and some people that do hour-long classes, and anyway, lots of fun with that. And Natasha, I just said, can we just share our conversation with people here in that I'm really enjoying your feedback when you're taking, my class, and how that seems to inspire you with what you're doing. So, do you want to share more about that? Like this week, we were doing Sanjana. Something happened for you.
yeah, totally. You taught Sanjana on Thursday, and I'm sure I've taken that class with you before, but I think having come back from the retreat and just feeling really renewed and inspired, my experience of it was different on Thursday, and it sparked inspiration in me. I really enjoyed the routine. I felt really liberated when I was dancing it. And then on Friday, you taught your Fun Friday class, and which is when we get to request songs, send in requests, and you teach on the fly. And you brought the Sanjana choreography into the Friday class, and it fit so perfectly. Like it just flowed with the songs so well. And that gave me even more inspiration. I've been a teacher. I've been teaching for 2 years now, and most of the time I teach routines pretty tight to the choreography. I enjoy Nia choreography. I really enjoy learning it. I really appreciate the work and the energy that has gone into it by the choreographers. I really respect them, and I love to learn and embody and share their work of art. And
Hmm.
there's a part of me now that I've been teaching for 2 years that feels like, oh, I want to get a little bit more playful and a little more adventurous. And I've been bringing in some of my own songs from time to time. Back in December with the Christmas playlist, I brought in a couple Christmas songs, and then played with in February, requesting songs from you and Martha, my two trainers, and bringing that into routine and creating choreography. And I loved doing that. I really enjoyed doing it. Um, and I still really enjoy teaching original choreography too. So I'm feeling really inspired by your Fun Friday class today. Today's Friday. Yes, today. It was this morning, right?
It's been a long day.
Yeah, and that's really
Yeah.
inspired me to expand on my classes coming up on Tuesday. So I was going to teach original choreography, keep the original focus and intent. For Tuesday's class, I'm teaching a 30-minute version of Source. And there's a part of me that's just been like, oh, that doesn't feel satisfying to me this week. Like this week, I really feel a need to venture away from the music a little bit or bring something else into it. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. I have a whole playlist of songs in my Spotify account that I love that I've always wanted to choreograph to. So why not weave some of those songs into the routine on Tuesday and just keep the mostly the original choreography of Source and bring it into the music. So yeah, let's see how that goes.
I love that. I really love how we can be inspired by each other. So, for me, what's interesting is I had not taught Sanjana in a long time. However, it was one of those routines that I have taught so many times. My cellular memory is there, and I think that's where you are with Source. Yeah, that you know that routine, and how you love the choreography and you love honoring the original choreographers. All of that is like that fabulous investment that you've got that in your pocket, and that brings for you a lot of safety, security, and also surety that, like, okay, I've got this form. And the more you have that form, then the more, when the time is ready for you to be freelancing more and adapting and bringing different music in, then you're ready for it. I also think it's funny that actually yesterday when I taught Sanjana, as we're going, I'm playing with providing the sort of an experience, a focus of each of the 13 principles of the Nia White Belt. That yesterday it landed of being, oh, we're going to talk about freelance. And sometimes I'll create a form. So the form during the month was there's going to be these 13 principles. And I didn't know which day of the week the principle was going to land on, let alone what routine I'd be teaching. It's like two wheels clicking and how do they connect? So then I'm here preparing for class and I'm like, okay, Sanjana with freelance. I guess we'll do form and then everybody freelance, form, everybody freelance. But once we started getting into the class, from me knowing the 8 stages of freelance and knowing the choreography of Sanjana, like in the moment, there was this creative tension of where I was saying, anything goes movement wise with this part, or be seduced by the music, or now bring in your feelings, or act out, now be in the creative source. And all the words that we know from technology of being a Nia student and knowing the Nia white belt all came together. So I love hearing how you said, I've done Sanjana before, but there was something different and I felt liberated. And I think that's from each of us as teachers going with familiar yet fascination up, letting things be novel and having a good plan, but not always knowing exactly how it's going to go down in the class. Yeah,
Right.
that balance between the known and the unknown. So I'm glad that from me doing that, you got the inspiration, and I think also you've been preparing yourself so well that you've dabbled a little bit, and you when you get creative ideas, you flow with the ideas. So like I think you got something in your heart of like, oh, I'd like to connect with Helen and Martha, and this idea of doing a collective routine. It was so creative. And Martha and I, we didn't really know what you were doing. You just gave us these curious little requests for music and give me a number or give me a thing. And I was like, oh, okay. But then how beautiful that you took that and made it into a very meaningful, touching experience. So I feel like you've been moving in the right direction, and it's great that you're ready to play.
Cool. Yes. And I love that one thing I've learned recently around playing with routines and just playing in general is it doesn't have to be. So I felt like um, if I had planned it at all, if I had any, cheat sheets up in my class, I that's cheating. Like if I'm gonna really play and be spontaneous, it has to be 100% spontaneous. But I've got these ideas, like you teach the 52 moves classes, and I'd love to be able to do that more. And I thought, well, sorry, it's not with the 52 moves classes. There was something I was thinking about this week, and I thought, well, I could just have some sheets up with
Yep,
some basic katas that I know really well that fit with almost every type of music, and reference those if I need to, if I'm to teach
exactly.
a class on the fly.
You can
Yeah,
have post-it notes on your screen. I've got a big
you've got your
whiteboard behind
whiteboard.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And all that's doing, I think, is helping us as the teacher relax
relax.
more and be using our resources. And so yeah, welcome to my world. And I also love how when we were all together, like at Soma Ranch, bringing all the teachers together, witnessing how we all have different experiences, but how we could really encourage and inspire each other. So I think like you left the retreat with, I know, was it more self permission to play or being more
Yes.
inspired? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I on my plane ride home, I pulled out my journal and I wrote down, I spent 3 hours writing down like my favorite moments from the retreat and all of my takeaways. And there were so many special moments for me. And then there were also so many learning moments, and a lot of them were just little things, little bits of inspiration I got from the other teachers. And yeah, and then I came home and I pulled out my baton And I did
I
that
love
baton
that too.
video.
Yeah, that was an excellent video. It was really good. Yeah, so I think you're primed and ready for Tuesday. Anything else you need from me other than encouraging? And I hope everyone comes enjoy your class.
I don't think so. I'll let you know before Tuesday if anything else comes up. But yeah, I think I'm
Yeah.
good.
I
Yeah.
think things to remember is one great thing about us doing 30-minute classes is 30 minutes is such a great way to start playing with things. And then also with the original routine, play with, oh, with 30 minutes, I can choose the choreography of the songs that I know really well. I also loved how you shared, you came up with this idea where you were just like cleaning house, listening to music. And that's a great example of how when we're just dancing through life, but we're playing music and we're feeling inspired from a class that we've taken, that we really are in that place that just, right fits by accident. We can start being, vacuuming or something, and a kata can come to us of like, hey, these moves fit with this song really well. And it's a really wonderful way of nothing forced, but things just land in place. So I invite you to, with that Spotify playlist that you've got, just pick the tunes that you love the most and
Yeah.
pick the moves that you love the most. And remember, it's only 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And look forward to what happens. It sounds great. Are you
Me
going to
too.
stick with the same focus? What do you think you're going to do?
I'm not sure yet. I was going to choose the same focus, and then you gave me some ideas. So I'm going to process that and digest it a little bit. And well, first I need to decide on which songs I'm going to go with. So I'll put the list together, the playlist together, and then see what focus feels like the best fit for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's beautiful. Well,
yeah.
good. I look forward to Tuesday. Thank you so much for sharing your process. And I love the way you share, I think, can be so inspirational from like beginner teachers to seasoned, experienced teachers. It's like, it's really lovely how you share your process and how you're doing this. And I hope it helps inspire others to do the same, that balance between form and freedom. And it really does reflect your dedication to your practice and how you really have invested the time and done the work learning those original Nia routines that now you get to play with that. So good job. And
Well,
it's such a blessing for you to be a teacher on the team. So thank you.
aw, thank you. I'm honored and I'm blessed to be on the team. And you say dedication. It's impossible not to dedicate myself to Nia because I just love it so much. It's like soul food for me. So I'm sure there are many of us who feel that way. And yeah, I appreciate Nia. I can't imagine my life without Nia.
Oh, well, that's lovely. Well, you do really well, and I look forward to class. Thank you very much. Bye.
Yeah, bye.